So welcome to the Soil Viola Show. Um, can you can you please state your name and what does your in question one, what does your company do for people with disabilities?
Yeah, so my name is Travis Thornton. I own and operate Northwest Adult Support. So our company works with brokerages and agents who represent clients experiencing disabilities and who are looking for supports. And we match our providers with clients to offer a wide variety of supports tailored to each individual's needs and goals, from in-home supports like cooking, cleaning, understanding and paying bills, and just overall responsibilities of independent living, all the way to community inclusive supports like going grocery shopping, going to the gym, running errands, and making connections within the community. So we have a great group of clients and their providers that we often do group outings with in order to build those connections. Um, but our main focus being helping individuals with disabilities explore life, which they can, also achieve independence. We've helped some clients, get their driver's license. We've helped clients in the transition of moving out of their parents' home and into their very own home. So, yeah, just helping the community gain more independence.
Nice, nice. And there's a follow-up question to let the audience know it's just providers, not caregivers, right? Too, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got providers.
Nice. So question two, when did you realize you wanted to work with people with disabilities?
So I've always wanted to pursue a profession where, I was able to help people. I connect so well with people, and it's always been something I've felt called to do. Many years ago, I had a good friend of mine who was super involved in the IDD community, and it inspired me to look into, how I could work with people with disabilities. I joined an agency about 11 years ago. Absolutely fell in love with the work that we were doing. And about 6 years ago, I branched out and started my own agency, Northwest Adult Support. Today, we have 20 employees, and we're supporting over 50 people with disabilities, and we're still growing. So.
Nice, 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 nice. So question three, what did you like? What do you want to see change in the community to help support for the disabilities community to help support like laws getting changed in the future, I guess.
Hmm, that's a great question. Um, I think I think that one of the biggest things, for us at least, I'm always personally trying to see what new opportunities we can offer the IDD community. I'd love to see more inclusivity in all aspects of life, from group housing to education to the workforce. I'd love to see people with disabilities have more opportunities participating in all areas of our society, and feel supported and empowered. Um, I'd also really like to see a system where individuals have a bit more say in how many hours they're able to use for programs such as ours. There can be quite the fluctuation of hours allotted to each individual, and sometimes, we see clients get way more hours than they ever really plan on using. And in some cases, we see the opposite, where some clients could use more hours than what they're approved of in order to achieve their goals. That being said, I mean, it's a pretty great system, just something to build on. Yeah.
Nice, yeah, no, obviously it's a great, obviously the state of Oregon is really, really good when it comes to disability services. We live in a lucky state. I guess
Yeah.
kind of as a follow-up question to what you just said, and if you're okay answering it, can you tell the audience kind of how the out kind of like what happens with the hours, I guess?
Yeah, so there's usually an assessment where the state will kind of figure out, based on goals and needs, how many hours each client, each individual is allotted in order to achieve those goals. Um, and they've got a whole system for it, where they'll figure out miles and hours in order to help those individuals, work on achieving their goals.
Nice, nice. And the close with people with disabilities sort of has it changed your perspective on what people on the spectrum can do?
Oh man, it has it's changed so much. There's obviously a wide spectrum
Mm-hmm.
of independence that can be achieved. And I've been blown away at how much growth I've seen in some of our clients. And it's been really special being a part of that, where we've been able to help guide and just be a part of achieving those goals and that independence. It's been awesome. It's been very great.
Nice, nice. So to kind of touch back on what you said about people moving on and stuff, um, do you think that that the kind of an importance to our industry is providers getting, guess the question is for providers, trying to work on trying to get them fully paid up to a decent wage. Sort of what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important. We don't do a whole lot in with our agency. We don't do a whole lot with job coaching and stuff in the workforce. But I mean, it's important. It's important that that everybody has the wage and the opportunity to live independently. And so I do think there's some really great programs out there that help allow that. Um, but yeah, I mean it's super important that we that we're taking that into consideration for sure.
Nice, nice. I guess I guess a follow-up question that would be kind of like what so people what I guess what is some of the main I guess because obviously like I moved out on my own because of providers and got a job because of the help of providers, I guess. So for the artists out there, these agencies help a lot because they can help obviously they can help clients achieve dreams that they never thought they could. I guess let's see what are some of the biggest I guess what are some of the big what say this but what are some of the biggest challenges right now that we face we that we need to tackle, I guess.
Mm, that's a great question. Um, yeah, I think just opportunities, to speak back to the last question. It's so important to have, avenues for individuals experiencing disabilities to have the opportunity to grow and be be able to live these independent lifestyles. And so the more the merrier, I think, with day programs, with opportunities with working, and just um, yeah, being able to achieve those goals of independence.
Is there anything you would want the audience to know, people to know about your more about your company, essentially?
Yeah, so we're still a pretty small company, still growing. We started just before COVID, so that was kind of an interesting time for all of us. But happy to have made it to the other side, and we're still thriving. So, but yeah, my main goal is always independence, always there's always room for growth for everybody. And so that's kind of our main focus. And we meet with all of our clients, and we design kind of a set of lists, or sorry, a set of goals, that each individual would like to achieve. And so we generally pair up our clients with providers who have similar interests, just to kind of help build that bond. It makes it so much easier. Um, but yeah, so I mean that's our main focus, is to just help promote independence in the lives of all of our clients.
Was it different, I guess, a little bit during the pandemic when it came to sort of doing this job? And obviously it's back now. Obviously, thank God, because I now get to work with my providers in person. I'm put
Yeah, yeah,
did yeah.
it was interesting. We were probably working with only a third of our clients. Um, it was a scary time. We wanted to make sure that safety was our first or our main priority. So we had to get creative. We did some Zoom workout classes, and we were definitely staying safe. But yeah, it was a different time. It was, even just things in the community, so much stuff shut down that we had to get creative with how we were able to do community inclusive things, stuff in home and whatnot. So yeah, definitely glad it's over.
And you guys obviously do DSA and one-on-one, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So DSA is where, we've got one provider to 2 to 3 clients, which is a lot of fun. It's a great opportunity for our clients to meet other individuals, and kind of build bonds. One thing that I've always kind of noticed is, when you're in high school, you've got your friends, and then there's the transition program that comes after high school, where you can still kind of continue those relationships. But after that, there's not a lot of opportunities. You're meeting people within the workforce, you're meeting people in the community. And so that's another one of our goals, is to get out and do group things, so that way we can continue with those bonds that have already been created, but also to build new relationships. So DSA helps a lot with that. We do a lot of one-to-one as well, but we always give our clients options of either just doing, one-to-one support, running errands and stuff like that. But we also offer the opportunity to go out with a group to meet people. So.
Nice, nice. And also, what I guess what would you like to see I mean, you can answer if you want to, but what would you like to see happen, for outside of when high school ends, sort of, what would you like to see happen more of?
Yeah, I think just more opportunities. We've done dances, we've done beach trips, camping trips, stuff like that. But I think day programs are super important, in order to, get out and make those connections and continue those relationships. So yeah, I mean, I think just more of that. There's such a need in this community. So it'd be really good to see, more opportunities for group stuff like that.
Yes, and for the audience knows, obviously it would be great if like we had kind of like if people wanted to go to college, we had programs for that. If we had programs sort of
Absolutely.
like for like if people like wanted to get in work and also they could still have their providers obviously so if we could build like this sort of like network where like the routine just doesn't go away like automatically when they leave high school. We could put the routine in place so they sort of have like I guess a sort of like plan put into place while they're in high school, so when they leave, that routine stays intact, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, no, I completely agree. I feel like, once you leave high school, once the transition program is over, there's quite a drop off. And so it would be nice to have something more, to keep, you're right, to keep those routines going. And so that's also something that, we have as our goal as well, is to just create that opportunity for individuals to have a routine and to have, a group of friends around. So,
Nice, nice. So is there anything else you would want the audience to know about you?
I'm I just had our first baby girl. She is
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. She is 17 months old, so quite the handful. She's walking and on the verge of running. So she's a busy girl. So she takes up a lot of my free time, which I wouldn't have in any other way. But yeah, just running the business, raising our beautiful daughter, and just trying to help out everywhere we can.
Nice, nice. Thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of this interview today. No, we didn't take up all the time, but we got a lot done, and hopefully this helps helps move the ball forward. And thank you for fighting the good fight.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, Sawyer.
Welcome.
All
Bye.
right, bye.
Nice, nice. So I was working sort